All right, so update on 5% withdrawals with 3% increase each and every year of four funds that you might want to look at. Not saying these should be your funds. I'm just saying I thought it'd be fun, given that we have 2019 behind us now too. So let me just share with you the premise here. We're taking the Fidelity Contra Fund. All right, we're taking the VIMAX, which is a mid-cap it's a Vanguard mid-cap index fund, if I'm not mistaken. I should go here. VIMAX, yeah, Vanguard Mid-Cap Index, which only started, which started 2002. We're taking the Contra Fund. Well, it's just FC as Fidelity, run by Bill Danoff. Does Bill Danoff still run that fund? Let's take a look. FCNTX. I can't remember if he still run this fund or not. Large growth. Profile, doesn't say manager. Bill Danoff still runs it. Okay. I'm sure he's going to turn this over. He started in 1986, so it's only a matter of time for this fund stops. 120 billion in assets, and let's see what it did last year. Well, I guess I have it. Then we have VTSGX, which is the SGX or VGTSX. TSX was the Vanguard's VGTSX, right? VGTSX, yeah. Vanguard Total Stock International Fund, all right. And that one was up performance. VGTXX was up 21.43, all right. And then we have PRSVX, which 21.43 VGTSX 21.43. Okay, 1.2143. Okay, there we go. That should change things. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So then we got the PRSVX, which I think is the T Rowe Price. PRSVX. Yeah, T Rowe Price small cap value. All right. So what we have large cap growth, mid cap index, small cap value, and international. All right, so nice little mix there. We got no large cap value, as you can see, but I'm just using these four funds, just to give an idea. We got active, passive, active. All right, so let's just look at these four. As if you would have started in 1999 with $100,000 total. All right, you would have, and you divided them in four groups, and all we're doing. And now the mid-cap fund wasn't around in 2002. So it started in 2000, at the end of 2002, where it was down 15% that year. But what we're doing is we're saying, okay, we're essentially saying we put the first $25,000 for the mid-cap in a non-interest-bearing account. So it didn't lose money, didn't make any money. So just be it as it may. All right, so we have $100,000, and we're saying, okay, what fund did the best in these years? And whatever fund did the best is where we took the money from. So you can see in 2000, this whatever PRSVX, what was that again? The small cap value did the best. So PRSVX, it was up 19%, where the Contra fund was down 7%, and the international fund was down 15%. So what we did is we said, okay, we're going to take $5,000 off for the first year and adjust it each and every year with a 3% inflation. Make sense? $5,000, adjust it each and every year with 3% inflation. So it's not just a $5,000 of the portfolio, it's $5,000 with a 3% adjustment each and every year. How did this portfolio track? I hope that makes sense. So we're using a 3% inflation and a 5% withdrawal rate. No bonds, all stocks. Interesting, huh? And so what you'll see here is the PRSVX was up 20% in 2000. So we take our $25,000, we times by 1.1977. That means it's up to $29,942. But we had to take $5,000 off to pay the bill. So after we took $5,000 off, we're down with $24,942. I hope that makes sense. And what is our total investment left us with was $94,340. Following that, so the following year, this one was down 13%, Contra Fund. Again, we have non-interest bearing account and the cash, so we're not touching the cash for the time being. The small cap value was up another 21%, 22% basically. And so we took the money from that, whereas the international fund was down 20%. So again, we're pulling the portfolio withdrawals from whatever account did the best, if that makes sense. So in this case, we were left at 24,942. We're up 21% on top of that, minus 5,000 times 1.2194, and then we're subtracting this amount right here because we're adjusting it with inflation. So minus 5150, and so we're down at right here, $25,264 exactly. And so now we're left with 87,000 in our portfolio. Yikes, we're down 13,000 bucks, but we did take 10,150 out. All right, so we're only down really after withdrawals 2,000 bucks, not too shabby. In 2000 was at 2002, as 2001, 2002. Contra fund was down another 10%. The mid cap index was down 15%. International fund was down 15%, and then the small cap value was down 2%. So we're pulling the small cap value out again to cover our portfolio, and so now at the end of 2002, we're down to 73,000 bucks. Our small cap value is only worth 19,000, but we pulled 15,000 from it, and now we also had to pull 5,304. Our international funds down to 14,000 bucks. Small cap value is down to 19,000 bucks. Our mid cap is down to 21,000. And our contra fund is down to 18. So things are getting dicey. Then 2003 kicks in, and the mid cap did the best. Is up 34%. All right, so it went up 34%. We had to take 5,400 out, which we took from the mid cap, which left us at 23,213. Small cap value is up 36%, so now we're back up to $26,000 above our initial starting point, and even though we've taken over 15,000 out. International is up 40%, but it was down to 14,000 bucks, and now it's only up to 20,000. And contra fund is still underwater relative to where we started. The fall, and you can see how it is. The following year, again, the small cap value is up the most, 25%. So we pulled the $5,600 off, and we're still above water there. So here we're above water for a small cap value. We're closing in on being even Steven with international, even though we just got hammered the first 3 years. We're above water with mid cap, and we're above water with contra fund. The mid cap again in 2005 was up the most, and so here we pulled the $5,700 off. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you can see what we're doing here. So at the end of 2008, when all said and done, at the end of 2007, we're up to 136. All right, so we pulled 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about $40,000, $45,000 off of a portfolio that we started with $100,000. But because we were diversified, we survived the beginnings of the aughts, and we're still at 36,000 more than what we started with. So we're up 36% with pulling $45,000 out, and we started with a world of hurt, all right? Just because we're diversified. And so what happens here, in 2008, though, we got crunched, all right? So contra fund is down 38, mid cap is down 42, small cap value is down 29, international is down 45. So now we're sitting, so in this case, we had to take from the small cap value because it was down the least, even though it's still down 29%. So we had to pull $6,300 from small cap value. So we started the year at 35,000 with small cap value, had to pull, it got hammered, had to pull the money we need to live on. So now at the end of the year, we're down to 18,000 bucks. So just about half what we started with. And our portfolio is down all the way to $78,000. So we fell almost half after pulling distributions out plus the market decline. We're down from 136 to 78,000. That's painful. No other way around it. If you think about it, if you start with $1 million, we're at 1.3 million down to 780,000. That's tough. But the next year, things ramp back up, right? Thanks, Obama. So we're down. The small cap international fund was up 36%. Small cap value is up 27%. And mid cap was up 40%, and contra fund was up 29%. I had it coming from the contra fund for some reason. I'm not sure why. I should have had it coming from here, but anyway, either way, it doesn't matter. So now we're up to 98,000 bucks again, basically where we started with from. We're in 2009 at the end of. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after 10 years of the worst market that we've ever seen, maybe even worse than the Great Depression, I can't remember, but roughly around that, We started with $100,000. We pulled about $60,000 of portfolio, and we're down to $98,000 bucks. That's not too shabby, man. I'm telling you, that's not too shabby at all. And if we go to the next year in 2010, we're up to 111,000, pulling 67,000 out. 2011, we just had a real, not a very bad year, but it was a little less than even. International down 15. Small cap value is down a fraction. Mid cap was down 2, and contra fund is down a fraction. So we're down to 99,000 bucks, but we pulled 6,700 bucks off, or 6,900 bucks off. And then the last decade, we're now up to. Oops, did we pull G20? Yeah. So totally, when all said and done, after 2019, we're up to $154,000, and we were able to pull $134,000 total off our portfolio, which started with $100,000 bucks. All right, so now contra funds up to 39,000, mid cap is up to 36,000, small cap value is up to 45, international is up to 34,000. So you can see right there of the 4 funds, the worst performing in terms of what we're left with would be mid cap and international, which tells me that international might have look at that. International had 2 years of the last 20 were outperformed. I just don't trust those markets. So at the end of the day, either way, you have to have some diversification. There's no way around that. So we have $155,000 to show for it on $134,000 of living, and that means we're taking 5% a year adjusted for inflation, taking it from our best performers. And that's nothing fancy there, my friends. And we're not even having a large cap value. We don't even have Wellington. I'll go into some Wellington here in just a second, but that's significant. That's significant. You were able to keep up with inflation, take well more than 4%, keep up with inflation, and you still have a whole lot more money in your portfolio than what you started with. I mean, even after 2009, again, you're sitting on $100,000 roughly. You start with $100,000, and you're able to take $60,000 out over the course of those 10 years. That's not bad given what you had to go through. So anyway, there you go. More to come. I got lots of spreadsheets to do to review for 2009 and for the end of 2019. And we'll throw some Wellington, Wellesley, and I got lots more. So stay tuned. All right, thanks now.